All right. Well, here we are, folks. Once again. I don't even know how many streams we've already done this year. It's been pretty crazy. Ah, dang. I knew there was some delay in here somewhere. I was trying to figure out where it was coming from. But hope everyone's doing all right this afternoon and evening. Looks like it's going to be pretty busy over here. This got upgraded to an enhanced risk earlier this morning. We did talk about that in the tropical update that we had. But yeah, things are going to probably be trending in a way where it's going to be hard to juggle both of these. But hey, this is what we signed up for, so I'm up to the challenge. Won't be easy, though. Anyways, glad everyone's here. Already off to a pretty good start as far as likes. We're already at 7. Normally I don't jump up that fast, but wow, that sounded bad. Normally it takes a little while to get started here. But happy to have the extra support here early on. Hopefully it'll help get us into the algorithm a bit. I don't know how many people are actually going to be covering this event today. But anyway, enough about the channel and the numbers. We have several tornado warnings now in Minnesota. We even have a tornado warning in Canada. At some point, we're doing Canada coverage. Tornado season really doesn't pick up there until about July. But it looks like we might be getting an early start here. The weather pattern definitely seems like it's becoming more and more favorable for it. So who knows? Maybe we might get some Canadian streams going here. But in any case, though, let's start out with what we have in the lower 48 first. Both our tornado warnings are in Minnesota. We have Lake and Cook counties. This is in effect for another 23 minutes. This is a radar indicated tornado warning. This is moving southeast at 40 miles an hour, located over Dumbbell Lake. This will be near Clear Lake. Well, this is already passed over Clear Lake, but Temperance River State Park has 2 minutes to go. Then some other areas we need to look out for is Taco Night. That's quite a name. Taco Night Harbor in Sugarloaf Cove. And then we also have Crow Wing. That's a cool county name. Atkin and Cass counties in Minnesota with tornado warning in effect. Also radar indicated. This is screaming, by the way. This storm is moving at 55 miles an hour. This is located over Breezy Point. And this also has a funnel cloud associated with it, so that's one we're going to go to right now. It's this storm that we're looking at right here. Actually has a really nice hook on it too, from the looks of it. So we'll go ahead and get into that. Oh yeah, this wouldn't surprise me if this ends up being down here. Unfortunately, I don't have any sort of live view at the moment. Brandon Kopic's over here. It looks like he's going to struggle with getting to see anything past the rain and the hail that's going to be out covering this tornado from the north side. He would have to be more off towards the east, so he's probably going to drop south here and end up trying to get to a point where he can look to the west. But in any case, though, this is definitely the most dangerous of the 2 tornado warnings within the lower 48. This has a funnel cloud reported with it. This is also moving really fast, southeast at 55 miles an hour. So imagine moving at that speed without having any sort of stoplights to worry about. That's what this storm is doing. So anyone that will be in the path of this storm, Crosby and Cuna, you're out of time. You need to be in your shelter now. Ironton, Deerwood, and Cuna Country State Park, you have 5 minutes, or really like 5.5 minutes before this storm is on top of you. So off to a busy start here. This is about on schedule here for when we were expecting things to really pick up. Although I do think we had a bit of an early start here. Also, let's go ahead and look at this tornado warning while we're at it. If I can get it open. So, Environment Canada is the source for pushing out the watches and warnings here. This is a storm that's capable of producing a tornado. Of course, also has large hail damaging winds possible along with it, and locally intense rainfall. One thing to remember about Canada is that they measure speed in kilometers per hour. Storm's moving a good bit slower. I would say that it's moving at about probably close to 30 miles an hour, maybe. I'm not great at. I'm gonna have to actually look that up a little bit here and see if I got that calculation right. I probably have it like dead wrong. But yeah. In any case, though, tornado warnings are issued when imminent or occurring thunderstorms are likely to produce or are producing tornadoes. Don't have any confirmation with this, which kind of sucks. In any case, let's go with our storm that's been producing funnel clouds here. Like I said, discrete supercell here for sure. Has a nice little hook to it. And I expect this to probably hold out for a decent bit here until we get some interference from this cluster of showers and storms that's popped up here. But I do give this a solid chance to maybe produce a quick tornado. In any case, though, hope everybody's doing well here. Go ahead and I guess get some music going in the meantime. We'll go with this one. So another interesting thing is, like I said, we have an enhanced risk. This is mainly going to be towards the northern tier of Minnesota here. We also may get a little bit of western Wisconsin in the action here. And then interestingly enough, on the following day we have another enhanced risk. It's going to be over here towards Kansas and Missouri that we'll have to keep an eye on. And meanwhile, while all of this is going on, we have several areas within the tropics that we'll need to keep an eye on. There's this area here that's going to have this associated low here that may end up becoming our first named storm. Then we have another area that's been popping up on the models from the Bay of Campeche that may end up becoming another system that needs to be paid attention to as well. It's become a new invest area. And then even over towards the Eastern Pacific here, we have something to keep an eye on here. So it's about to get really busy on the channel. You're going to see a lot of videos on here soon. But in any case, though, again, hoping everyone's doing well. Okay. Okay, so while I'm at it here, I'm going to also take some looks at the slight risk on Friday, because that just popped up on my screen recently. Computer's kind of slow right now, actually. I'm also on Discord right now talking. Anyone is interested in that Discord server, I can pin the link to our server, so that way if you want to ask more questions about your area in particular, I'll be happy to answer them there in particular. I'm happy to answer them there. Jeez, I cannot speak today. Also, let's go ahead and get that up. Still see a pretty good look on this hook here. It's not quite as impressive as it was a couple of scans ago, but that inflow notch is still very prominent. This is going to have to be watched as this continues to go to the south and east here. If this can stay out ahead of this cluster of storms here, it'll have more of a window of an opportunity here. Okay, I do not know why our Discord server isn't popping up here. What's going on? Alright, let's give this a second here. Okay, there we go. That should fix things. Okay, I think we might have fixed the problem here. Alright, let's try that again. There it goes. Okay, I got that right now. Alright, so that's how you join a Discord server. We're all good now. Guess all of us will chill here, all 5 of us. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on things and see how things progress with this storm, these 2 storms in particular. The concern for water spouts is going to increase as we end up over the Great Lakes for this cell here. And then we can eventually expect this to cross over probably into the UP of Michigan here. Oh, and we've gone up now. One thing that's going to make any sort of Canadian coverage difficult is the, I guess you would say, the lack of radar coverage over here towards the central and western parts of the country here. Even in the north central states in the U.S., radar coverage isn't incredible, so it does create its own set of challenges. I do think that that will become a more prominent issue with Canada as well. So if we see storms form more off to the east here, different story though. We'll see how things progress from that point and onward. Right. I think we're going to go with the Duluth radar so we can do a good look at both cells. Yeah, that hook is definitely still very impressive. Very strong rotation with this storm too. Every scan that I've looked at so far has had pretty strong rotation, just not incredibly tight at times. This is a solid scan right here, but it's kind of lacking. If we can get a little bit of an uptrend with this, I do think it produces. It wouldn't surprise me if it did end up producing, and there it is right there. So let's go ahead and sound the siren. Let's observe tornado over here. This was the storm that we were watching over towards Atkin and Crow Wing counties. Like the county name, but right now this is not a good thing. We have a tornado on the ground here that's going to be on top of Crosby, Deerwood, and Triuna right now. Not only is the tornado threat a thing, we also have to deal with the threat for ping pong ball sized hail. It can do a lot of damage to vehicles and to people. You don't want to get hit by that. That actually hurts a lot. I know from experience. Don't ask. Anyway, definitely need to be taking shelter if you happen to be in the path of the storm I'm watching right now. Looks like they've gone ahead with a special marine warning for this cell here that had the tornado warning on it previously. do have a radar site over here. It's a little bit closer. We can get a decent view of it. But even so, I'm not showing anything super impressive on rotation right now. Nothing very prominent or imminent at the moment, at least. I like that riff right there. Alright, so while I'm at it here, I'm keeping an eye on the tornado warnings, of course, but I'm also responding to, again, people on Discord that are asking about their areas and forecast. So if you have any questions, I mean, you can ask them in chat, and I'll do the best I can to pull up answers for that. But also, if you want fastest responses, Discord's probably the best way. Or on memberships, even. I'll go and promote that. Ouch. Hands are a little stiff, I apologize. You hear my hands popping at all. Alright. Looks like we've gone to the donut hole shape here with this storm here. It may work to this storm's detriment, possibly. Because if we lose the inflow notch, we're going to be more likely to see this storm eventually become outflow dominant. Where you want to see this storm take an inflow when it comes to the tornado threat. So this tornado may not stay on the ground for long, depending on how things pan out. If it keeps that little area free of rain right here, or with less rain, then this tornado is more likely to continue for a little bit longer. We'll see how things pan out from that point. But Wolford, Cuyuna, Crosby, and Tommel need to be in their safe spots on the double here. I actually kind of want to see just what we're dealing with as far as the height of this storm, by the way, too. It looks like we're well within the 50,000s, maybe even pushing beyond. Oh wow, the hail has really started to ramp up here. We're now looking at the threat for up to tennis ball size hail, 2.5 inches in diameter. Can do a lot of damage to your vehicle, can even do damage to homes itself. But at this point now, though, the tornado warning has now gone back to radar indicated. Classic case of what seems to possibly be a meso replacement cycle. We'll see if this ends up being the case or not, and if that new meso can produce another tornado. But storms do often undergo this phenomenon whenever in an environment that's well suited for it. If this storm can manage to stay discreet, it can produce a family tornado even. But for the most part, right now though, I don't expect anything to touch down anytime soon. Or at least within the next 5 minutes. Then again, could be wrong. We'll see what this storm decides to do. But yeah, it definitely looks like it's undergoing a meso replacement. Got storm chasers drawing ever so closer to where they want to be. It's going to be tricky to outrun this storm considering that it's moving at 55 miles an hour though. Oh, easy. In Cross Lake, they have reported a wall cloud with this, by the way. 2 minutes for these areas: Crosby, Ironton, Deerwood, Kuna Country State Park. Then after that, we have to watch Wealthwood and Malmo. And also Mill Lacs, Meadows, and Glen too. In a minute, I will fix myself some food here to kind of keep things rolling. Because we'll need to stay on top of the game. We also have a new tornado warning here. This is over towards Moose Lake. It's in the path of the storm. This is Atkin and Carlton County. This is in Minnesota once again. The storm is located near Tamarack. And this is moving southeast at 40 miles an hour. Also has the potential to produce up to 2-inch hail. Cromwell is in the path of the storm. There is 6 minutes until that arrives, maybe more so, like 5. In any case, you need to get into your safe spot. Other areas to watch out for in this warning would be Barnum and Matwa. So, pretty active evening here. And honestly, the main threat tonight is really leaning more towards hail and damaging winds. So could even see some close to 70-mile-per-hour gusts here. So we still have to watch out for that as well. I like that guitar tone, by the way. Sorry, just nerding out a little bit over the music. And again, I'm really not sorry about that. I love listening to metal. See a pretty nice hook on that second storm, by the way, too. Ooh, actually, that looks pretty impressive. That tightens up on the winds going away from the radar here, I think that's something that could be down. Right now, I just think it's radar indicated, but nothing imminently on the ground at the moment. We'll see if that ends up changing. If it continues to trend in the direction that I think it is, we can kind of tell that just from looking at the velocity map here. I think this could try and drop a quick tornado. I'm almost certain of it, in fact. So here's this storm, and here's the other tornado warned storm. This one's undergoing a meso replacement cycle where the mesocyclone is weakening and then a new one may form. And with this, the chance of maybe a new tornado does go up. And then with this one, this is ramping up to maybe produce one right now. So we could potentially at some point have two supercells here producing tornadoes simultaneously. Like I said, today was not really forecasted to be an outbreak, and by no means is this an outbreak, but every once in a while you get little phenomenons like this. But in any case, though, anyone is in central parts of Minnesota, northern parts of Minnesota, you definitely need to be paying attention to the weather as we go through the evening tonight. This also has a tag for 70-mile-per-hour winds as well, and 2-inch hail. So lime-size hail can do a lot of damage to your vehicle. So if you happen to know anyone in the path of the storm, or if you're in it, if you have time, good chance to put that vehicle in the garage or under some kind of awning to keep it covered from the hail. Obviously, if you're too close to the storm, don't even worry about it. Your life's far more important than a car. But pretty active start to the evening, though. We have another tornado warning here, and this is just towards the U.S.-Canadian border here. We've been watching some cells that have been popping up around that area, too. But this has just snuck its way into North Dakota here, and we need to switch back to reflectivity so we can get a better look at this storm. There's a radar indicated tornado warning in Kitson County. Oh, this is still Minnesota, actually. Let me correct myself. But this is moving east at 25 miles an hour. It's located over Robin, Minnesota. This is expected to potentially include, or expected to potentially impact, Kennedy and Donaldson the next little bit here. Cannot speak worth anything today. I don't know why. Crazy. Once these riffs started playing here in particular, that's when all of a sudden we started getting more tornado warnings. It's the song Bad Luck. I'm just kidding. I like the song, but... And another one. Wow. And this is an observed tornado warning. Absolutely crazy. This is in Morrison County. This is a confirmed tornado located near Camp Ripley. This is moving east at 40 miles an hour. This is confirmed by weather spotters, by the way. So this will be near Lastrup within the next 10 minutes. Other areas to watch out for: Camp Ripley Junction, Hillman, and Harding in Minnesota. Man, it's actually pretty busy right now. Wasn't quite expecting it to be like this. I was kind of expecting more along the lines of damaging winds, maybe a couple gusts up to 70 and some hail. But we've gotten quite a few tornado warnings here. We're dealing with 4 right now just within the U.S. and then this one over here towards Canada. Kind of a little bit in the dark with the Canadian storms a bit, though. Partially because this radar site near Winnipeg is out, and that does us zero favors. If I'm gonna fix food, if I'm gonna fix myself something to eat and keep the stream rolling here, I guess I better do it now. Or no, let me just wait. I'm just gonna drink some water for right now and hold out. If I can get a little bit of a slowdown, maybe I'll eat. Yeah, and I hope, thanks to everyone tuning in so far, by the way. Like I said, it looks like it could be a pretty busy evening for us here on the channel. If you haven't already, by the way, make sure you're hitting that like button too. And also hitting that share button, especially if you know anyone that's actually living in Minnesota tonight. Because it's going to be, these storms are going to continue to push off to the south and east here. So eventually we're going to see the Twin Cities get some action here. I do think the tornado threat will start to diminish from that point. But we still are likely to have large hail and damaging ones in this area too. So let's try and help do our part here. Keep our friends here warned throughout the evening. Something a little bit heavier. I like the sound of this. Looks like Brandon and Connor have gotten close now. Hey, what's up, Kyle? What is up, man? Yeah, we have... Well, actually, it's more like 3. This one's kind of messy over here towards the bottom. Then we even have a sneaky little 4th one over here. And then I have absolutely no idea what's going on in Canada. So, yeah, it's been a pretty busy night. Or just pretty busy first 45 minutes of the stream. But yeah, I'm kind of in the dark with this one because Winnipeg's radar's out. And that's also a very nice blast beat. It puts a smile on my face. See if we can't find another radar site that gives us a better look at this. But again, as I mentioned before, yeah, I saw that. Looks like you nailed this one this time. I've been kind of having to juggle this in the tropics, so it's been kind of hard to keep up with this one. Tropics are looking kind of crazy already, considering the fact that it's June. I'm like, dang, man. This is going to be tough. Because I don't think this severe weather pattern's going anywhere. I don't think it's going away, in other words. I think we're still going to be dealing with this for a good chunk of summer, if not all of it, even. And only games that count and go FT. Hey, don't tempt me. That will take up the little bit of a life I have left. That's the only thing that would hold me back there. At some point, it'll take up the last little bit of life I have left. It's a chokehold. Ow, wrist. And then to think we still got tomorrow to cover too. That's gonna be pretty crazy on my end. Oh, speaking of which, is there any chance that you saw the new slight risk that they had issued? I think it was from Monday. Yeah, it was from Monday. It was the 17th, I think. Yeah. But yeah, they issued it earlier this morning. It's around a very similar area to what we're looking at right now tonight. Yeah, SPC went with I think it's day 5. Oh, day 6. Day 6. It was either 5 or 6. I'm having trouble remembering. It's all a blur. Is this like in a radar hole and I can't see it, or what? Okay, there we go. That's a slightly better look. So they've gone with the tornado watch further towards the southern regions. This is just going to be north of the Twin Cities where they've issued this watch. So I'll have to keep an eye and see how things develop with this. But yeah, day 6. I didn't think they would go with a day 6. Dang. Must have a decent amount of confidence in that. Let's hope that actually downtrends. I like this riff. That little thrashiness. Are we seeing a split occurring with this storm here? This is the one that produced a tornado previously and is also producing 70-mile-per-hour winds and tennis ball sized hail. Brandon and Connor, of course, got here a little bit late. But I still see what looks like a really suspicious lowering here, but looks like their internet service is a little bit sketchy right now. But I see something in here. It's just, of course, with the bad internet service that's over in this area, it's going to be kind of fuzzy here, but it definitely looks like there's a lowering right there. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely looks like a lowering. Seeing this, Kyle? Hello, Smoochie. Welcome back. Yeah, usually towards the intro, I don't say as much. I don't really say anything. I usually am just trying to test everything to make sure it's working. So if you catch me at the very beginning of the stream and I don't say anything, it's no real issue. I'm just usually focused on trying to make sure everything's up and running. Yeah, I think that is your storm here. Let's check it again. Okay, I can't see if brain is in that in those particular polygons here, but I'm trying to see if I can just look it up. Oh, and there goes my lights. And there goes the internet service for Brandon. I don't see a brain, but I see a bane. Maybe that's what you're referring to? It will be to the southeast of Bane. Yeah, everything's to the southeast of Bane. But yeah, these are your storms though, bro. This is your storm, man. And it does have a very nice lowering on it though. It's hard to tell if it was doing anything beyond that. Alexa, lights on, please. There we go. That was weird. Yeah, Connor's signal is just non-existent. Like, he is struggling right now over there, which really sucks. Yeah, he's cutting all the way through that rain as Brandon, though. You guys let me know if the music's too loud at any point, by the way. I do think I have it pretty low still, but if I don't, just, again, feel free to let me know. Yeah. Gotta love the pixelated radar, right? Smooch. Gotta love the pixelated radar. The struggle that these two guys are also going to have is the fact that this storm is moving really fast. 55 miles an hour from the last scan. Hey, what's up, Atlanta, Florida girl? So, your area is garnering a lot of attention as of late, too, by the way. There might be a few streams where we talk about Florida in a little bit. The way things are going right now. Too loud? Alright, I can turn it down. Any better? Yeah, for right now the panhandle looks like they're gonna be fine. It's definitely towards the peninsula. And there goes Brandon's feed again. Yeah, Minnesota is going to be tough to get any sort of major reception from storm chasers. And there's yet another tornado warning that's been issued. It is busy. So we're currently sitting at 4 tornado warnings. I can't even remember which one. I think it's the one that's furthest to the south. It was. I figured it might have been possibly drowning me out, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure out the perfect volume, but it kind of changes with each of these completions that I use. So this is Stearns County. Yep, it's the southern one. That's the new tornado warning. But this is located near Holdingford. And this is moving east at 35 miles an hour. All of these storms that are up here in northern Minnesota here are moving really fast. Well, now really at this point it's central Minnesota. But in any case here, we have a lot to keep track of here, it seems. So this is going to be over Holdingford right now. And then Sartell, it will be in that area within 20 minutes. We also have to look at Wendell, Opal, and St. Stephen. But yeah, the whole audio balancing act, sometimes it goes smooth, sometimes it doesn't Then it also depends on the listener. I think I got it at a decent volume now. Come to think of it, I had sometimes whenever I speak, the volume is actually like around maybe like 10, like on my. I have to figure out how to show you my screen at some point. During one of these streams, I'll figure it out. In any case, though, in case anyone is wondering, by the way, yes, that is indeed a tornado warning that's in Canada right now. Can we get a good view of it? No, because of one reason. Winnipeg's radar is out, so it's going to be kind of hard to keep up with this one. So that's an uphill battle right there. But outside of that, at least the tornado warnings in the lower 48 we can keep a good eye on. Alright, we'll be here. I'll get some food in a second myself, actually. We've had a couple of, we've had at least one touchdown today. Well, now we're at 2 again. And this is back to being on the ground again, over towards Atkins, I think it was. Atkins County. Daggone it. Yep, Atkins and Crow Wing. That is another confirmed tornado. Minnesota's busy today, man. And we still have our observed tornado warning towards Little Falls. These other two are currently radar indicated right now. If we get close, as we get closer towards the Twin Cities, what I'm more inclined to try and do is see if we can't get any sort of sky cams over here. If you end up towards the metropolitan area, you can more often than not maybe get a couple of cameras from some of the news networks. Try and go that route. As time goes on, eventually we will probably see this southern mode over here come into play. This will be for northwest parts of Iowa here. And maybe this might work its way down towards north central Iowa and maybe even parts of eastern, like far eastern Nebraska. But in the meantime, right now, this is where all our activity is. Give me a moment, you guys. I'm going to actually try and sneak into the kitchen and get some food real quick. Try to be as quick as I can. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Go on, take my face off the screen for a minute here so I can eat while I'm at it. Try to avoid the ASMR, but in any case though, good afternoon, Makabet. Hey, what's up, Baconator? Interested in seeing what this storm will do here with the observe tag still. I don't know if they're like it. They were saying that chasers had reported that on the ground, but it was hard to see any sort of velocity signature with that. There was something, it was very brief, but they never got rid of the observe tag. Definitely don't see anything with it now. Just like that, we went from 4 to 5 tornado 1 polygons, now down to 2, which is great news. Minus the one in Canada that we can't see. Yeah, she is here. Or she was here. She had to go get some food. I think she'll be back. It's good to see the community out here tonight. Speaking of which, Baconator, have you seen the new slight risk for Monday that's been out? And the new tropical AOI over towards the Bay of Campeche. It's like that little hook in Mexico. Oh, wow. Hey man, you gotta recharge the batteries at some point. Eventually I'll get to a point where I'll be able to do that. It's gonna be a while, but well, maybe not, who knows. But at some point, I don't know how people take it, but at some point I will probably take a break. This year might push me to that point. Or I might take like a week off or something. I don't know. Kyle was on here earlier, by the way. Chug, 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 chug. I think Contingents did that one. I actually think he did that one a while ago. You didn't have to delete that message. That wasn't bad. I mean, just explaining what it was. There you go. Yeah, don't delete the messages. They're there for context. Good old Canadian tornado warning. And he still deletes it. There you go. A classic quote. If we get that on a shirt one day and it sells, that would be hilarious. That would be awesome, actually. Tell me about it. Yeah, I've been ranting and raving about that for the last, like, 30 minutes. Canada actually had a good bit of action today. At one point, there was 3 tornado warnings up just before I was getting ready to start the stream. I do think at some point we're going to end up doing a Canadian stream this year. I really feel like it's bound to happen. Boom, 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 boom. I like all the chugging. I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for it. You guys have come up with some pretty solid quotes, I'm not gonna lie. But they have to come naturally, though. Yeah, yours is definitely funnier. Yours is funnier. And it's a little bit more relatable. But yeah, Isaiah's is a little bit more simple, so both of yours has their own appeal, their own unique appeal. Dang. It seems like the volume got louder on that one when they changed the mix here. Sorry about that, guys. Or uneducated too. There are those. No, you're good. You're good. There are those that are uneducated too. You have to keep that in mind, man. Fair enough. I mean, I said it's fine though. So, I mean, there's only 3 people on here right now at a time, or 3 concurrent viewers. There probably might be a couple more than that, but in any case, though. I don't think you were saying anything that was wrong. Okay, let's go back to live scene. I'm done eating now. I like that riff. It does sound pretty good. Fair enough. You make a good point there. So, what is this delay we got going on here? Okay. I think I figured it out. I don't know why that's doing that still. I just don't take a lot of selfies, to be honest, man. I need to at some point. And I was going through a hard time when I took that. I was going through a hard time when I took that. I gotta find a good picture. Tell you what, maybe if I end up going to another metal show or something, maybe I'll take a picture or something and it'll end up becoming my profile or something. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I need to do right now. Alright, we're down to 1 tornado warning now. That's good. Damaging wind and hail threat is still going to be pretty prominent over the course of the next couple hours here. We do have to crap baskets. Just when I thought we were good. This is over here right on the border between Iowa and Nebraska. And it's an observed tornado warning. This is a confirmed tornado by weather spotters. It's over here towards Monona County, Burt County, and Thurston County. This is all in Iowa and Nebraska, like literally right on the state line. This is also capable of producing up to 3-inch hail. This is going to be indicator right now, and this is moving at 25 miles an hour, so it's not a super fast storm. In any case, though, sneaky little discrete cell popped up here. Oh yeah, look at that. That is impressive. That is actually really impressive. It's got the classic supercell look on radar here. Hey, what's up, contingents? You got an F6 wedge tornado on the ground in your kitchen right now. What do you have, the Tasmanian devil? Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be bad timing, but I don't care. It's funny. It applies. Let's hope that that doesn't happen here, though. We don't want to see that happen. You have an F12 dust devil in your oven. I guess you aren't eating any food anytime soon, sir. I guess you aren't eating any kind of food. Because I sure wouldn't. Because you're up. If you have something like that going on in your oven, that's wrecked, man. I mean, yeah, that's true. And it can also happen in your air fryer, too, if you aren't careful. That's what you call drying out your food and then burning it. And then it has no flavor. I'm pretty sure you don't want that. That's not something I would brag about. If I have high pressure in my air fryer, I'm screwed. I have failed. Oh, you're cooking beans. Boo, that was bad, contingents. You know what? For that, I punish you. No, I don't punish you. I'm just kidding. Glad you guys joined in, by the way. Appreciate it, man. Got some busy times ahead here, too. Even with tomorrow, and then also the tropics, man. Holy crap. We got the boys over here. Also on this other tornado warned storm. Staying as radar indicated at this time. Yo. No. Baconator, you goofing, man. You goofing. Like, you were good until that last comment. I was like, what was that? I was like, what was that? I feel like we're listening to a bunch of Iron Maiden right now. Alright, let's look at this tornado warning while we're at it. Alright, so we're looking like we're starting to switch into a linear mode here at this point with these cells. Not really surprising. Ah, crap. New tornado warning, and this is back towards Minnesota. This is towards northern Minnesota. This is right on the frontal boundary. Radar indicated tornado warning for Marshall County. This is located over Florian, moving east at 25 miles an hour. So some areas we're going to have to keep an eye out for will be Strandquist, Florian, Old Mill State Park, and England. What? You okay, Baconator? You're going to dry out your food, Ben. I keep telling you. You're going to dry out your food, man. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on with this storm here. Let's go ahead and look at velocity real quick. Oh, there we go. Right there. Sneaky little storm with no lightning, but a little pocket of rotation right there. And of course it moves as I'm drawing the circle. There it is right there, though. Pretty easy to see it. It's that tiny little pixel right there is likely where the tornado would form if it was going to. So just like that, we went from 1 polygon back to 3. And then we still have the tornado warning over here towards Canada, just to the south of Winnipeg. But the most prominent of these 3 tornado warnings, or the most significant at the moment, would be this warning right here that has the observed tornado. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Monona. I don't know why I can't pronounce that right now. Monona, Burt, and Thurston counties. And then of course we have this tornado warning, which this I'm gonna assume this is the Glen storm right here. Yep. Yeah, this storm's actually produced a couple of tornadoes, by the way, contingents. Baconator, I know how to pronounce it. It's just my brain is just kind of scrambled. It's been like that all day today, actually. I don't know why. Just thinking about too many things at once, I guess. Or I'm just trying to do too many things at once. Yeah, it's all Kyle's fault. It's all Kyle's fault. I'm just kidding. It ain't nobody's fault. I just need to get my mind right. That's all. Wow, what a hook on this one. That is a nasty looking hook. Beautiful info notch too, so that is a textbook supercell right there. Yeah, Kyle was here towards the very beginning of the stream. I don't know where he has gone since then. Yo. I don't know how he feels. Yeah, just like who was it that was talking about the other stream? Yeah, that one was a bad one, dude. That was bad. That was a really bad typo and poorly timed too. Clip it or you're deleting it. Okay. Say less. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Crap. Yeah, dude, that was bad. Aww. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know why you would want me to clip that anyway, though. That would be so bad. I almost kind of mixed feelings with posting it on YouTube. At this point, like, I think some of that should be like an inside joke thing. Some of that stuff should just be Discord only. Yeah, that goes without saying, contingents. The northern Minnesota counties are ridiculous. There's a lot of real estate there. Oh, my plate. I caught it just barely. That little drawer right there is starting to close just a little bit there, so maybe we might be getting some interference here from this little cell that's popped up. That is some beautiful structure right there. I don't think this tornado one is going to last for much longer right here. Storm literally formed right on the edge of the warm front. No, I'm not using that goofy profile pic, man. That is one thing I will not be doing. And again, you never know. No, not doing it. You can clip that. Pretty intense lowering right there, but I don't think anything's coming of that in the short term at least. Maybe a little further down the line it might still try it. Alright, let's get to the Duluth radar and take a look at this. Still is rotating pretty strongly though. Need some happy got yeah. That is a nasty little couplet right there. I do think it has an opportunity to produce here. Yeah, very evident sign of rotation right here. Very good evidence. Let's shoot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not using that guy's picture though. Just letting you know. Hello to this figure here. I will not acknowledge his presence. I refuse to acknowledge his presence. I'm kidding. Hello, person. I will not acknowledge your name, though. You are still my mortal enemy. Okay, Ice Cube, I get it. Gangsta rap made you do it, but at the same time, did you really have to do it? Excuse me, guys. It was a pretty long day today at work, so if you see me yawn, I'm sorry. I apologize. Looks like those storms that have been over here towards Canada are starting to push their way right towards the boredom. No, don't ever call me that, dude. Don't ever call me that. No, don't call me that. That's a pause right there. That is very suggestive. And there are some people that would not like that. Other than me, even. Because even I don't like it. Call me damn Tide Pokemon, so the hell. Yeah, we're not even gonna gratify Diddy at this point anymore. But we're not gonna get into that here on the channel. We aren't into news and gossip. But yeah, we're not even gonna give any attention to that name either. What are you saying that for, contingents? I know I could name a couple people, but I would rather not name them on stream for reasons. I don't know for it's a mess in here. I know. I get it. It's a mess in chat. It's a mess in my room right now a little bit. So, hey man, it's an F across the board right now, okay? It's okay. It is okay, sir. It is perfectly fine what you are feeling. Also an F here is this storm that's trying to develop over here. This is just to the northeast of Hooper here. Do think damaging wind potential with this might pick up. Maybe chance of a quick little spin up. You boys wildin'. Ow. Yeah, I probably need to rinse it out real quick. It's not hurting, but I think something's in it right now. And I might need to step away for just a moment. Okay, we're good. This kind of caught me by surprise. There was just a little piece of food that was stuck in there. Got it out pretty quickly though, thankfully, so shouldn't cause any problems. Appreciate the concern though. Sorry about that, folks. Anyone that doesn't know, I do have a hole in my tooth right now, and I'm trying to get my dental benefits set where I can get that work done. You permanently borrowed? Are you sure it's permanently borrowed? Did you steal it instead? Or did he just give it to you? Because permanently borrowed just sounds like he just didn't care. Oh, that'd be funny if it was permanently borrowed. Or permanently borrowed. Because rarely do I ever hear anyone say permanently borrowed. It's funny. I make fun of people when they do that. I really shouldn't. I'm being silly right now. All our tornado warnings right now are currently radar indicated at this point, which is good news. We're probably going to see a reissuing of that tornado warning over here towards Iowa and Nebraska. But do think we might actually lean into that tornado possible look, because rotation has really broadened out. I thought it was going to hold out for a lot longer. This is a pro theft channel. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I just bumped my amp and knocked stuff over. Great. Well, at least my stuff's still working, so at least there's some good news there. Alright, by the way, up to 17 likes, by the way. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. We'll be most likely doing this again tomorrow. Definitely thinking that tomorrow is going to be much more of a widespread wind event with this very similar setup. So probably have a couple of voting polls on this one. This one was going to be a little bit more of an unknown here, but it's pretty clear that we at the very least started out with a pretty notable tornado threat. We're trying to see exactly what's to come of the hail threat, but I really think that wind and tornadoes was kind of taking over today. And ironically, the enhanced risk was actually for a hail threat. But so far, the hail threat's kind of been rather tame, all things considered. Alright, so we're starting to see a linear mode take shape with this setup here. And what's going to end up happening here as a result is we're going to start to see this tornado threat begin to be more limited over time. We're going to see a little bit more outflow dominance. We're likely to see some 60-mile-per-hour winds, some larger hail again, and go on from that point. Any storms that form on this frontal boundary, though, I'm still keeping an eye on as well. This Canadian storm is probably about to head into U.S. territory, so yep, and there's a tornado warning to go along with that. And this is for Pembina County in North Dakota. Yeah, I agree. The initiation, it was a little bit off, but it wasn't terrible though. Wow, this is screaming right here. This is moving at 60 miles an hour. This is located near Leroy, by the way. This also has a funnel cloud associated with it. So we have Cavalier, Nietzsche, St. Thomas, Hamilton, Bathgate, Leroy, and Baku in the path of this storm here. This is got a funnel cloud with it, so this could very well be about to drop one right now. Let's go ahead and look at it on radar if we can. Can't get a great look. It'd be actually easier to try to look at it if the Winnipeg radar was up, but alas, it is not, which sucks. This thunderstorm has exited that tornado warning now at this point, so I don't know why they still have that polygon up. Excuse me. Not to mention the rotation's diminished on this storm exponentially. It has become incredibly weak, whereas this one, pretty easy to see that this has some spin to it without even putting it in motion. You can kind of see a little bit of something going on over here too. Get some electrolytes in our system here. Alright, relax a little bit and let this kind of rejuvenate us a little bit for this last little push of the stream here. Do you think as time goes on, we're going to see these storms begin to slow down? I don't expect the instability or the convective available potential energy to last as we get later into the evening. So once these storms here start to get going here, and these storms continue to push off to the east here, like I said, it's only a matter of time before these start to really fall off. I really think we probably have about maybe another hour or so of action, or intense action here. I'm actually looking at weather models as we speak here, or as we're streaming here, to kind of plan our next moves from that point. And they just went and put this tornado warning as observed here. Dang, this thing just keeps on producing. So Atkin and Pine counties now. This is moving east at 25 miles an hour. It's slowed down significantly, by the way. At one point, this was moving at 55 miles an hour. It's slowed down exponentially. But this is 8 miles northeast of Malmo, 60 miles east of Mille Lacs Lake. This also has the potential of producing a tennis ball sized hail. This is a confirmed tornado near Glen, by the way. But thankfully, this is heading towards more rural areas, which is great news. But we do have Art High that we need to look out for in Dad's Corner. Quite a name. Alright, so it's a main tornado warning at this point. That storm that was riding the boundary lost that tornado warning. This storm over here towards the occluded front is looking pretty impressive at this point. Also, if you're still here, contingents, just to kind of follow up on what you were saying earlier, it did pick up on this northern mode pretty well too. At least the HRRR did. I think NAM 3 kilometer did as well. Yeah, in fact, yeah, I'm sure NAM 3 kilometer did as well. So both of the convective models did a really good job with this overall setup. But yeah, there was pretty good model agreement between both runs. Especially when I looked at them at around maybe 18Z yesterday, and even OOZ was pretty good. All right. So we've completely lost our tornado warning over here, just to the north of Omaha. I definitely think we're starting to lean towards those damaging winds. Yeah, and then the dreaded three-letter beast that you and I love to, or really hate to talk about, the old MCV. The dreaded MCV always throws a wrench in plans as well. We even had a couple of those recently, actually, apparently. One over towards South Texas in particular. I would later find out. I don't think I was able to stream that one. So, yeah. Wow, these went outflow dominant super fast. There's still some rotation over here towards Blenco. Need to keep an eye on that and see if that strengthens at all. We still do have an observed tornado over here just to the south and west of Moose Lake here. This is the Glen storm that you were talking about, by the way, contingents. It did end up dropping a tornado, at the very least, briefly. And then we have another cell that's popped up right behind it with the potential to maybe drop a quick spin up behind this cell, which has already actively gotten observed tornado warning. Although the rotation on this is not that impressive right now. I got a little headache here. I'm actually going to take my hat off here. I know my hair probably looks like an absolute train wreck, but hey, I'm trying to do what I can here to keep my head up. Ha. See what I did there? It was a lame joke. I'm losing it right now today. Ooh. I know, it was bad, contingents. You don't have to remind me. It was bad on purpose. I knew it wasn't going to be a funny. It was not going to be a funny at any point. Even I knew from the beginning when I first started to think about it, I was like, yeah, that's going to be a crap joke. But I decided to say it anyway, because why not? A freaking headache, though. I do know that. Good news is it's not a tooth-induced headache. Oh. So it looks like our rotation here with this border hopping storm has begun to diminish slightly. Alright, let me make some adjustments here really quickly. I may actually show what I'm referring to in regards to storm potential as far as later this evening is concerned in a bit. I'm eager to see what's going on over towards this area right now. I do see a lowering right here. I do think that that's at the very least a funnel. I don't know if this is still on the ground or not, though. It's kind of hard to tell from this vantage point. Also, cell phone signal here is really sketchy over where they are. So getting a clean view of this is going to be very difficult. But I did see at least a lowering within that wall cloud. It might have roped out already by this point. Hard to say. I still think this storm could potentially still produce another tornado. Yeah, it just looks like scud there at this point. Hard to say what's going on right now with that. Yeah, it looks like storm activity is definitely set to weaken within the next couple hours here from the looks of it. Yep. Can confirm. So, about an hour or so left in the stream, really. Even then, eventually I'm going to have to go to bed and get ready for work. There will be a video in the morning. What we'll be discussing in that video is kind of up for grabs. We may even just do both and try to cover the tropics and the severe weather threat for the next few days. In any case, though, a lot of content ahead for the channel. So, again, hopefully everyone's staying tuned. Make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button if you're especially new around here. Ouch. And also make sure you're hitting that share button, because we're gonna do what we can to keep people as updated as we can here. So what am I doing while I'm at it here? Dang. I ate and now I have a headache. I don't know what is going on here. I may have to take a moment here and take something for that. It's getting to a point where I'm almost feeling like I can't see straight. Let's go ahead and go back to the storm here. Storm still looks like it's trying to rotate over here towards the, just to the south of the border here. Okay, screw this, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. And it looks like the storm towards wind has moved towards Moose Lake. It's starting to weaken, but this storm that's right behind it does look like it's starting to ramp up a bit. And we've lost their feet again. We'll have to see what this ends up doing here, but my concern is with this storm going through an area where a storm has just been through, it's going to deal with that rain cooled air and it's going to eventually start to weaken it. And this is where we start to see the game begin to change here. So we'll see what ends up happening over there, but it does look like there's good reason to cancel that tornado warning here. We'll see what happens with this tornado warning. This did have a funnel cloud associated with it earlier, but it does look like this is kind of losing steam a little bit. Whereas before it was actually showing a prominent signature for rotation. We've kind of gone the other way with it now. See how it's just kind of broadened out a bit. Rotation like that to produce a tornado, you want it to be a little bit more tight, and you aren't really seeing that right now. So kind of what I would, so it's kind of what we were expecting there. The storms that are just outside of Omaha right now, not expecting much out of those at the moment. I do think that those are pretty much damaging windstorms at this point, gone outflow dominant. Oh no, I'm covering that one, contingents. Been covering that one for a little while now. I think you might be a little behind on the stream. Yeah, I've been watching the Canadian storm for a while. Oh, hey, I did not feed the tarantula. Should use your normal account, sir. That actually is kind of cool though. I'm not gonna lie. Why is it switching? Are you sure? Because I've been watching this warning for a while. Oh yeah, this is the warning that's kind of been like, or hang on. They updated the warning, but when what the heck? What is going on here? Alexa, turn off alarm? What is going on here? Oh, this is the severe weather statement, not the EAS activation. It's a little different. But this is like an update. The original warning was like, I think 30 minutes ago, maybe? I don't know. But they do actually do updates on warnings as we go forward here. But in the warning earlier, it did have the funnel cloud attack. It did mention the funnel cloud. But yeah, I've been watching this warning for a while. If you look back, it was there. But yeah, usually how it goes is they do the original warning, which was the EAS activation. And then they do the follow-up warning, which is what you're seeing here. And the wording is always different because it shows a tornado warning remains in effect. You'll see it on, the way you verify that would actually be on Discord. So if you just try to, all we got to do at that point is try to find the same counties. Yep, there we go. So the original tweet that I saw from Tweetbot was at 8:50. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I feel like I've been watching that one forever. But I was watching it when it was north of the border, though. Or I was at least trying to. Would be easier if Winnipeg would fix their radar. It would be a lot better if Winnipeg would fix their radar. But I seriously wonder just how many chasers might actually be out here north of the border. But yeah, I've been watching this storm when it was like all the way up here. Over towards like Portage La Prairie. I really wish Canada would upgrade their radar network a little bit so that way I could have tracked it a little better. Because that's one problem that I would run into if I was to try and cover Canada. Is the radar coverage is very few and far in between. Yeah, I agree with you there 100%, man. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens with it, but I definitely think it's kind of doing the whole side lobe, looking a little bit more towards outflow dominance, maybe even, I would say. The only saving grace that it could get is if this were to find a way to sneak down to that front and root with it. But I highly doubt that happens. With the storm already being established too, I highly doubt that happens. It looks more stormish on what kind of that next scan does look a little better. It's holding on. It's holding itself together. But I see that backward C shape like it's about to produce some damaging winds here more than anything. If that can get itself together on the rear flank though, you never know. Maybe that if that front sneaks up further to the north, it could give it another shot. It could have one more opportunity. Oh, you're looking at the 30 frame. When I start looking at anything around like 30 frames and beyond, the computer does kind of let me know that it's not pleased with my actions. I'm just running. I think it's partially because of just how much stuff I'm running right now. Otherwise, I'd be willing to do 21 to 30. I could probably do it, but not for an extended period of time. Oh god, yeah, it's not happy. Oh wait, there it goes. There it goes. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not 100% happy with me right now. Yeah, we're gonna drop that back to 14. Be sure not to look at a contingent. It is a trap. Hang on, let's look at it. Let's look at it again. Yeah, I do think it's going back. I think it's going outflow dominant now. I think within the next couple scans we might get to even see that gust front. No, I wouldn't get it and I don't want to. That's a pause anyway, so hush. Stranger danger, man. Stranger danger. Where's Justin when I need him? Twasn't a trap, Ty. Ah, whatever you say. Alright, let's see. How long will it... Alright, so... I want predictions, you guys. I want predictions. If you're willing to give them. How many scans do you think it'll take for us to see the gust front on this as it goes towards that backward C shape? It still could spin up something on the southern flank here. But how long do you think it takes for us to see any sort of signs of a gust front popping out over here? Or maybe, in all actuality, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't a gust front. But this is an outflow boundary here, though. All hope's not lost for the storm's potential yet. But in any case, I think that outflow boundary might be feeding it. And that's kind of why I stopped for a second. And I was like, hang on. Did you see this right here? It's that ring cooled air right there. It seems like it could be in the right spot to give it a shot, but even so, I don't... dang. Low-level jet is expected to pick up over here just a little bit too, so... Glad I'm holding out a little bit longer. And of course, when I make that when I want to say, okay, I want predictions on what this is going to do, it does something entirely different too. I jinxed it. It's not we jinxed it, I jinxed it. I have to take complete ownership of it too. That's the worst part. Yeah, you do second guess yourself a lot. Like sometimes you see a lot of stuff like clearly and you'll like second guess yourself. I'm like, no, don't do that. And everybody will give you credit for it too, saying like, hey, you were spot on with that. And you're like, nah, I was just kind of back and forth on it. Like, no, you had it. You had it right, man. Well, they reissued. Okay, where's the, okay, Minnesota. Dang, it's still got that little hook to it. We'll just sound the siren for it. This is towards the North Branch. This is Chisago, Isanti, and Polk counties here. This is located near Cambridge, moving east at 45 miles an hour. This will be near North Branch now. And of course we have Spring Lake, Harris, Wolf Creek, River State, or Wild River State Park, and Branch. Between mile markers 149 and 155 on I-35. Yeah, I mean, that seems like the safer move to make for right now. They do have Tornado Possible tag with it as well, so at least with that, it'll be easier to keep an eye on it. I kind of like that call. Hey, John. How you doing, man? Okay, this is the third time I've heard that. Okay, this ain't it. We're gonna switch that out. starting to repeat. We shall see. Oh, you went to Chicago? Sounds fun. Only thing I got to do last weekend is get my oil changed. That was a journey. And after all that, I didn't get it changed until Monday. It's kind of salty about that, I'm not going to lie. You gotta love that that process of getting a new car and going through all those bells and whistles. Oh, the updraft might have gotten choked off. I kind of got what you were saying, to be honest. But in either case, though, this thing's still pretty impressive for the moment. But yeah, this little area right here, I'm really just waiting to see if that gust front actually does pop up, though. Actually, I think there it is. Maybe? Nah, we'll see what the next scan does. Because it might pop up in the next couple minutes. I still wouldn't honestly rule out the southern flank of that trying to spin up a little something as it gets close to the front still. I don't think it happens, but I don't think the chance is zero. It is also a stationary front too, so that does leave an opportunity. Dang. I love the way this sounds. It's very ambient. This is why you gotta love the style of music I listen to. Yeah. Oh, it is? Yep. Dang it. I knew we should have stuck with the predictions. Daggone it. Daggone it. Yep, that 100% is the gust front. I knew I should have stuck with my gut on the prediction. See, I did it too now, see? Yeah, a lot of it wasn't really going to be much of South Dakota. It was going to be more so towards the eastern part of the state. I think it was always going to be more so Minnesota that was going to be the point of interest. And they got their share action. But I think we're starting to get towards the end of it now. We'll probably be on for another 30 minutes and then we're probably going to be off because truthfully, we weren't expecting much in the way of coverage. It was really just going to be maybe a couple areas here and there. And it kind of has stuck to that. At one point, though, we did have up to like 5 tornado warnings, though. So it was still a pretty busy evening, all things considered. But nothing compared to some of the outbreaks that we covered earlier this year right now. Which I'm grateful for because we're gonna probably be busy with the tropics here really soon, from the looks of it. Excuse me. Okay, let's go and look at this one. Got that little baby rotation over here just to the east of Cambridge. It's still there, but it is kind of broad. We'll see if that ends up continuing to hold together. Like I said, I'm not really expecting too much more to go from these storms, but we'll keep an eye on these at least for the next 30 minutes or so. Also, up to 20 likes, guys. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in. It's been, like I said, been a pretty busy night, but not overwhelming at any point, really. Excuse me. Just letting you know, I am still here, guys. I'm still awake. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, Radar Mega's pretty good. I mean, especially if you have the pockets for it. And there goes the tornado warning. Just as quickly as we looked at it, there it goes. Wait, is it still there? Oh, it's a small little polygon. It's just hard to see with all that red going on there. Looks like even the storm chasers are done. Ah, hey, I like that. Love it, John. Thank you. Thank you, man. Who knows? Maybe he might check it out sometime. Be nice. But in any case, though, it is what it is. Everybody's gonna say Ryan Hall, and I'm not trying to replace Ryan Hall. I think Ryan Hall is cool. I have no hate towards the guy, that's for sure. I was about to say, I thought I'd crack my laptop screen. But yeah, I have no hate towards Ryan Hall. Not trying to replace him. I think he's necessary, if anything. But yeah, I'm just trying to be my own person. Whether it works out or not, yet to be seen. So what can I do other than be me? Oh. It was a meetup of your favorite Twitch DJ. Oh. So who... Alright, so who is that again? Maybe I've heard of them, actually. I'm kind of curious. And there goes the tornado warning. So we are officially, for the first time since the start of the stream, dealing with no tornado warnings at the moment, which is awesome. So we'll just get to chill here for the next 20 to 30. I'm not sure if I've heard of him, actually. I'm pretty sure he's pretty big if he's on Twitch. Oh. Mark Oxford. Mark Oxford. No, I'm actually drawing blank on him. I actually am drawing blank on him. I know that is. I need to. When I get time, I'd love to. I'd love to go to a few more concerts at the very least. I'm just happy that I got to go to to go to a couple this year. I got to see actually this band that's playing right now, Insomnium. I got to see them. Got to see Omnium, Gatherum, and I got to see In Flames. Great shows. Really great shows. 10 out of 10. Even got to meet a couple members of Omnium Gatherum as well, which was really cool. Unfortunately, my phone was out of space, so I couldn't even take any pictures or videos, which really sucked. So those moments are just not lost to the sands of time, but they're ingrained within the brain. Whoa, this is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, and that's mainly going to be for the hail. We're dealing with apple-sized hail, 3-inch hail, which is nuts. NAM 12 is it's always called. Is that what you're referring to, contingents? It's like the 84-hour NAM. We gotta have a better nickname for that, since I like using NAM 3 kilometer. It's very easy for me to mix that up. I'll have to check. Actually, since I'm right here, I might as well check it out. Hope you guys are enjoying the music here. Loving this song. Let's go ahead and look at some indices here real quick while we're at it. Look at that VIL here and listen to that failed whistle. Anyway, look at hydrometer. Huge hail. I like them drum breaks there. Alright, let's see what this ends up doing here, because I mean it still looks like it wants to try and do something, but I don't expect much of it right now. But it is going to make a very close pass to Omaha here. Does look like this storm has gone outflow dominant though. which is going to help lower the tornado potential. Once that updraft collapses, that's a done deal. Probably still see a continuation of severe thunderstorm warnings even after this stream ends the next little bit here. Also, I am taking a look at that NAM 12K, by the way, contingents. Just had to reset my region here back to the continental. So you were talking about shortwaves. Towards the end of the run. Indicating, yeah. Yeah, it's for lack of a better term. I got what you were saying though, man. Yeah, I see what I actually do see what you're talking about, but I mean it does kind of coincide well with that, or it does kind of line up well with that slight risk, so to speak, for Monday. And then I mean Sunday is predictability too low, so I mean the deck could be getting set for a pretty busy week ahead. So hey, if it's got to be that, then we're ready. For tonight, I think you're actually going to be fine. I think the worst of the weather is going to stay to your north. You're still going to get some storms, but the worst of the severe weather is definitely looking like it's going to mainly stay out of your area. All the watches have kind of stayed to your north. And then, yeah, the weather pattern as a whole as we go down the line here is pretty active towards the northern plains. So yes, Grace, I would keep an eye on things down the line. I do think next week could be pretty busy as well. As we head towards the weekend though, and here's the good news, it does look like things do slow down for the Twin Cities for just a little bit at least. I think maybe Monday night into Tuesday could be a time frame for you to watch. Of course, with it being so far out, it can change a little bit. So, while I said that time frame, don't quote me on it. Monday night and Tuesday right now seems like the most like the biggest one to keep an eye on. It's the most prominent. But yeah, for the weekend, you shouldn't be too bad off. I think it's really going to be more so towards the, more so off to the west for you before Monday. But yeah, I think you should be fine in the short term. Of course, I mean, if you're going out of town and having fun, I mean, yeah, that's what I would want too. Yeah. I'm watching that area for you too, by the way, contingents. We may stream that one, depending on how it trends. But yeah, Friday does kind of pique my interest here for sure. So it could be a little 3-day summer trifecta here. But yeah, we're definitely streaming tomorrow at the very least. Especially if we can get done, if we can get home earlier, definitely will be streaming. Well, guess we'll just chill out for the next 20 minutes and just kind of see what happens with this. this one does not look like it has it. Yeah, super broad right now. If it does it, it's gonna be probably after we get off. I'm also watching the tropics too right now. So if a sky noodle occurs, you might be in a good spot, maybe. Nope, you won't be. Daggone it. So if sky noodles occur, you will not get sky noodle to photograph. Oof. Contingent's sad. Contingence is very sad. I can feel it. If sky noodle, no picture. No picture. Sadness. Sadness. I just focus on trying to stay safe, really, at that point, man. Picture will come in. Just whenever you do get it, just, you know, be safe. That's all. Practice proper safety precaution. Okay. Actually, I do have an elevated fire threat for Friday. Oh, of course, this is over towards southern New Mexico, southern Arizona here, of course. Hey, tell me about it. Now you know how I feel a lot of the time, man. I get so frustrated sometimes whenever there's severe weather events at like lunchtime and I'm still at work. It's like, dang it, if I could just get this to a point where I could have this be my main income, that wouldn't be an issue. I'd just stream and stream and stream to my heart's content. But alas, we are not there yet. It'll be a while before we do, but I'm working on some plans there for that. And I work outside, which is nuts. But during that time of year, there's not as much work to do. Oh no, I'm not giving up or anything. I'm still positive, John. I'm just saying, like right now, we're not there yet. That's just the truth. I think we'll get there. It may take a while, but I'm working on stuff though. Don't worry. I'm working on stuff. But sometimes it is kind of frustrating. I'll be like, dang it, man. Like, I hate missing some of the events. Oh, likelihood of catching a tornado on film. Be honest, Atlanta hasn't had as many severe weather setups over recent time. I mean, we've gotten some stuff, but you know. Well, actually, I do kind of see your point now, Contingents. I actually do kind of see your point. I take that back. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying wholeheartedly now. Uh-oh. There we go. Please no buffer attacks, computer. We do not need that. Not at all. You want to get the... okay, lightning rod. That's totally a great idea. In the middle of a thunderstorm. Just to get a picture of a potential sky noodle. Uh-oh. Did not mean to do that. We'll probably be off soon in a little bit, John. Appreciate you tuning in, though. I mean... But yeah, we pretty much have caught the worst of the event really at this point now. We're kind of on the backside of it at this point. We'll be back tomorrow because there's another enhanced risk. So trust me, we aren't going anywhere. We will be back. But yeah, till then, John, appreciate you tuning in, man. We'll see you again real soon. We will see you again really, really soon. It's been that kind of year, man. It has been that kind of year. Yeah, I was looking at that a little earlier today. Before I went to work, I was looking at it, I was kind of like, okay. Because actually, at one point, I saw the storms moving in a westerly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like, I saw a complex of storms starting to move off to, like, northwest to southeast, and then it shifts all the way to the west. I'm like, wait, what? I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of intrigued by it, but I'm kind of like, what does this mean? Like, how is this gonna work? But I think it'll be a learning experience for a lot of us. In any case, we'll hang out for another 10 minutes and listen to Harikiri for the Sky here real quick. This is such a good song. So we're down to 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Name 3 kilometer was struggling with it too, to be honest. I think the models are going to have a really hard time in general. It just seems like one of those kinds of setups. Still has a tornado possible tag with it. But yeah, that westward component that I ended up seeing towards the end of the run, I was like, "What the heck, man?" And it's more so strongest on the HRRR than it is the NAM 3 km. But I did see a little bit of that too. Of course, those were more towards the morning. The latest OOZ run should be just about done, I think, though. So, be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what that has to offer us there. Obviously, then do it, man. Share the image, as long as it isn't anything I don't need to be seeing. Just whatever you share on Discord, just tag me in it if you could, please, sir. Once this stream ends, I'm going to call it a night. Because I'll have a video to make in the morning. I'm still interested in seeing what this storm does towards the frontal boundary here. Still has a tornado possible tag with it. Increase in lightning. I do think this probably will prompt a tornado warning. I might hang around. I'll see what it does. It does have that little inflow notch, like it's trying to breathe a bit here. Will it organize itself well enough, though? That is my only question. See a nice little cute severe thunderstorm cell over here in Canada also. Forming right on the occluded front here. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make it. Oh. Oh, that sounds lovely. I still kind of would have wanted to see it, but I can just check it out myself. But in any case, I think we're ready to call it a night here. I am kind of curious to see how this pans out here. This does still seem like it's going to go outflow dominant, but there is always that chance that it could produce a brief spin up over here towards north and maybe even north central parts of Minnesota here. So if you do happen to be watching over here, keep an eye on this storm right here, just to the northwest of Thief River Falls. Don't think it's going to produce a tornado. I'm not guaranteeing that it won't, though. I'll put it that way. But in any case, though, I'm going to call it a night. Everybody stay safe. I will see you hopefully in the morning. If not, then definitely afternoon. Until then, take care and have an awesome rest of your night.